Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Hirsch, and I am the computer science teacher at Tri-West High School. Today, I'm going to walk you guys through how to use Google Drawings just in your classroom and every day to help kids learn better. So, first off, how do we get to Google Drawings? So, you go up to the waffle in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and you're going to go to your drive. Okay, and once you have your drive open, you can see I already have set. I use drawings all the time, so you can see right here at the top. So if you're going to make a new drawing, we're going to go to New, More, and Google Drawings. And then in a new browser tab, it's going to open up a blank drawing. Now, before we get started on how to edit this drawing, let's go ahead and talk about a few ways that you can use Google Drawings in your classroom. Okay, so I have 3 drawings here at the top. We're going to go over each one, and I'm just going to explain how I used that drawing in class. Okay, so the first one was we were reviewing some skills that we had already talked about. So I created this drawing, and the 3 previous topics that we had talked about were HTML, which is how the website building language, CSS, which is the styling language for a website, and then just overall online safety. Okay, so I made this Google drawing and I shared it on Google Classroom, and the students were given these 3 boxes, but they were blank. Okay, and so it was shared with everyone in the class, and so they had to list um, some tips and tricks that they would want to tell somebody else about how to use HTML or how to use CSS or how to be safe online. And you can see like the HTML one and the CSS one have a few text boxes and tips on them, but the one that has the most is the online safety. So obviously they have heard a lot about online safety, not just in computer science class, but probably just in everyday life in general. Okay, so that was the first one. This was shared after the bell work or the bell ringer, and then this was just to help us review the 3 topics before we went into making a website. Okay, again, a great tool for me because I didn't have to make up a PowerPoint or put all this information on slides or something to display to them. They really guided the discussion and the conversation after they put in the text boxes here. And they know how to do that. Um, they didn't need directed. Okay, the second way I have used Google Drawings was in my AP classes to do math problems. So in this case, we were talking about Hardy-Weinberg, which is 2 formulas in AP biology. And you can see here, we read the problem aloud. It was on Google Classroom, and then we just did all of our math here in one big text box. I like this because we have it up on the projector, and the kids can see you working through the math problem. You don't have to be up on the board writing with a marker. You can also share it with a student and say, okay, here, I want, Joe, I want you to take this one, and you can share that with them. You can see it's shared with 2 people because I actually did that for this problem, and then let them walk the whole class through how they did that specific problem. So I really enjoyed using it that way. And then the last way was a little bit more artsy, fun way. So this is called a pop art, if you're not familiar with pop art, but the kids go and get an image from the internet and they place it in Google Drawings. And then over here under the line select, they select the curve function. Okay, and then they zoom in and they trace shapes on their image and make them different colors. So this is one that I just did really quick of a largemouth bass, and you can see I didn't do the greatest job, but some of the kids really get into this. It's very artistic, and it's just another way you can use Google Drawings. You can use it to make art. All right, and there's a lot of other ways. So if you guys have questions or whatever, feel free to email me, um, and I will be glad to help you guys out. Okay, so let's go back to our blank drawing. Obviously, first give it a title, right? Whatever you want to call it. Um, we can just call this one, let's call it pop art. Okay, and then I like to start off by changing the background color. So you're going to right click and go to background, and you can choose a color. If you're feeling you want to make it look really interesting, you can choose a color gradient. So it changes the shade of purple across the background. And then I like to add word art. So you can go to insert word art, and here you can put your topic. All right, and you can see once it forms, it's kind of a very plain Jane. So I like to, my favorite is Bangers, but Impact is also another good, like bold block letter font to use. Okay, so the bucket will, so first off, fonts changed here, obviously. And then bucket changes the color. Okay, so we can go with, so we're already doing purple, so maybe we'll do a darker shade of purple, and then the pencil is your um, outside, the border. So then I can make it lighter, and then I can make my border thicker. Okay, and maybe I want to come off the top a little bit. So then this is our topic here. You can also change the border style. You can make it bold, italicized. All right, I'm underlines on there somewhere. Okay, something else you can do, and this is a little bit more advanced, but you can go to Format Options, and I'm a big fan of the drop shadow. You just select it. You can change the color of your shadow if you want, right? And then this makes it really pop when you start doing the distance, and that one's really hard to see. There you go. So there's a nice purple on purple on purple. We've got a nice monochromatic thing going on here. And you can see there's other options there that are available if you want to try them. All right, and then to make like a note card looking thing or something for the students to write in, I just like to choose shapes. Right, and then, and that's kind of bright. So I kind of do like a lighter color shape usually so that they can draw on it. And then they just have to double click and then they can type. And then you type information about your topic. Okay, and if you have multiple topics, you can do multiple shapes. And I don't know why it's not copying that shape, but it's not. Okay, and you can see you can just copy it. So what it's nice to do is to like get everything set up the way you want it with the colors and the borders and everything, and then you can just copy it and paste it. Okay, so then you can have all this set up, ready to go. All right, and then you go over to your Google Classroom, which hopefully everybody knows how to do this, but we'll run through it really quick. So then you would go to a class, right, and then make an assignment. Like I said, usually I do these as bell works or as the first thing after the bell work, and then you can go into Drive and go get your drawing that you just created. So here's the drawing we just created. We're going to add it. All right, and then the kids can edit it. So this is a question, so I can't give them edit access here. I would have to go into here and hit share and change it so that anybody with the Northwest Hendricks Corporation link can use it as an editor. Right? So click share. Under general access, change it to Northwest Hendricks, and then you have to change it from viewer to editor, and now the students would be able to do it. If you don't want to do it like that, if you do it as a regular assignment, you do an assignment, okay, and then you add the pop art. All right, now you can change it from view to edit, or you can make them each have their own individual one to fill out. Okay. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. Here's my email address. If you don't, you could just type in Hirsch. All right. Let's resize your shape. Wait, what if we made it into the pop art? Boom. Those eyes are kind of funny looking on there, though. Wow, that's really big. Okay, but anyways, Google Drawing's a great tool for the I Do section of your lesson, especially if you're wanting to do that really quick mini lesson that we've been talking about in a lot of our professional developments. Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a great day.